Okay, the Bison. The Bison is a weapon that you never see in real life, much like its Phantom Force's counterpart. It's just not a meta weapon that gets really overlooked, and for pretty much no other reason than there's like 1,000 other SMGs and carbines to compare it to. However, I think this here beautiful rotund man deserves a lot more attention, and I think it can actually make you play better. Now, there's no better time to actually talk about the Bison because I just picked up a new mouse. Typically, I run a Razer Trinity, which is a fat and cool mouse. You can literally reload it, so yeah, that's awesome. But I wanted to try something new, so let's get into the most underrated SMG in Phantom Forces. Oh yeah, by the way, if you end up enjoying the video, consider subscribing and liking the video as well. It takes just a second and goes a long way for the channel. Okay, thanks. Video time. Well, here it is. It's a little transparent. I'll just fix that real quick. Yeah, it's a little ugly, but that's okay. Now, the Bison's a very, very neat weapon for a lot of different reasons. For one, it's got this giant, like, circular magazine thing on the bottom of it. Ooh, enemies, ooh, aww. It's got this giant circular helical magazine, as so it is called. Unfortunately, no, there are no Heelys on it. Cool though that may be. But inside of that magazine holds up to 64 rounds of 9x18 with the little conversion on it. But if we just go ahead and we take that off real quick, it holds a standard, just completely stock 54 plus 1 magazine capacity with 34 damage all the way up to 50 studs, which is it's okay, it's all right, with a minimum of 19 damage out to 100 studs. 3-shot ability up to 50 studs is nice. Why must you cover me, defeat screen? I know, I get it. We lost. You don't have to shout at me. Now, if we just run the Bison here completely stock with no conversions on it, you'll see that we get a pretty interesting looking weapon. We get some pretty interesting stats on the surface. Recoil is, it's a little bit questionable. Ooh, yeah, that recoil is pretty rough. But we could still totally make it work. We could still totally make this thing into a very, very fun weapon. Even stock, it's pretty good. But let's go ahead and throw some attachments on this. So it's a little bit of an oddly specific thing, but grips go on the side of the gun because you don't want to put a grip on the magazine, and it just makes it kind of gross. So we're not using a grip. We're just going to throw on a blue laser to match the skin. And for the other attachment, blue laser. For the ammo, the 9x18 conversion is typically the way that I like to go, just because if I'm using a Bison, I like to get the most ammo possible. And the 9x18 conversion is a freebie that comes with the weapon at the cost of 16 range damage. Oh yeah, but it doesn't compromise close-up damage or range, so that's good. And I don't think the barrel attachment matters all too much. If you want to throw on a suppressor, you have the right to do that. Honestly, I don't even know what to use for a sight. I don't know why I have the DDHB bot, but oh my god, I have 264 kills with that on the Bison. What am I doing? All right, we're just gonna make that blue. There we go. It all matches. It all looks fantastic. I'm a happy guy. We've got a silly little Bison built for us right here. Recoil's not looking too shabby, I gotta be honest. Oh, it sounds fantastic too. Look at this space weapon looking thing right here. Bro pre-fired the crap out of me. Oh my god. Somebody stop this man. Unplug his headphones. Oh, my game is lagging. I'm not sure if you can see that, but whew. Oh, it's chugging. It's chugging. What is going on? No, but of course, let's say that you don't enjoy using your nice little reflex sight with a really cool blue-red dot. One of the features that I don't think really any other SMG has, at least off the top of my head, I'm probably wrong, but it has a feature where you can basically alt-aim with it, kind of like the LMGs. So if you're ADSing, you can press T, and it'll actually give you like this hip-fire type of thing, which is another good use for having 2 lasers. I hear a very loud man to my left. Okay. But yeah, it's actually a super cool feature. I don't think it really does much, if anything, for your recoil. It's just a nice little kind of thing to have. If you want it, it's there. If you don't want it, that's okay too. Someone is right below me. He knows. He knows. Joke's on you, bro. I have infinite ammo. I don't have to reload. I don't have to reload. I'm making my great escape. Now, the reason earlier that I said I feel like the Bison can even make you play better is just because of the amount of ammo that it gives you. It is just absurd. So you can hold a hallway like this, and they just walk into it. They just don't care. Like, you shoot enough times, they're just like, who cares? I'm gonna just peek that anyway. Now, of course, I know some people prefer, like, smaller magazines and stuff, because, you know, typically, like, guns with smaller magazines give you, like, faster ADS time and stuff like that. Maybe slightly faster running speed and stuff. I get it, I get it. Not everybody likes a big rotund boy on the end of their weapon. But I'm a man who is very fond of rotundness. You give me a big, stupid magazine, and I'm a happy guy. God, impact grenades are a nightmare to use. Infinite magazine type beat. Oh my god, I can't see. Average strategy of an LMG main, just hold left click. Now, there's also a conversion for this that technically exists on something else, that being the 7.62x25 conversion, which sounds like a really weird round, and that's just because it is. It is, in fact, the ammo that the PPSH fires. While this is not a PPSH magazine by any stretch of the imagination, it's it's kind of something. Now, this is a conversion that's really weird whenever it comes to like damage and stuff. It's fantastic. It basically gives you 35 rounds, but you're also suffering with quite substantial recoil. Now, I did make a video on this in the past, so I'll be really brief with this, but it's like a super fun conversion and stuff. I like it. It's good. And it gives you just kind of a different way to use the Bison, which I feel like a lot of weapons are just missing other ways to use them. So yeah, I mean, not all too much else I can really say about it. Also, why am I trying to use an SMG on this map? Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't use something with 16 damage on this map. Now, unfortunately, one of the downsides about this weapon is even though the damage is like relatively pretty good for an SMG, it's really, really easy to get out DPS by other weapons because the fire rate on this really isn't all too high. I mean, 700 is probably pretty average for Phantom Forces, but among the SMGs, when you have things that fire at like 800 or 900 or even like 11 or 1200 RPM, it makes it where a lot of other weapons just straight up out DPS this one. Like, you could even get the first shot off, and then someone else is gonna, you know, be able to take you to a special little place that we call the respawn menu. Scary. Just keep walking into my crosshair. Go ahead. I won't complain. Oh, okay. Phantom Forces really said, nah, that's what I get for playing on these British servers when I'm in the US. You can just keep going. You get that big boy magazine, you get to keep going. Oh, hello? I killed the guy behind this man? One of the fun things about the Bison, I'll say, is that I never ever see this gun. Like, no one ever uses it, but the times that I do see it is like someone who is the sweatiest player of all time. They are just like bare minimum 100 kills in a lobby. It's just Bison players are on a different level. And you don't really see that from a lot of guns. Because like everyone's like, oh, you gotta use... I gotta equip MP5 or PPSH meta. And so this thing's just like in its own little weird category of like, when people do use it and discover it, they just go crazy. Oh my god, I'm already almost dead. The round just started. The round just started. I literally average warehouse match. There's like 1,000 people over there and my frame rate is freaking out. Please, please. I genuinely don't know why my frame rate is tweaking right now. Bison infinite ammo moment. I was already laying down behind cover, but that's okay. What is ping anyway? Dude, they just keep stepping into my crosshair, dude. That's what I mean. Like, that's the thing with this is it's typically like, it's kind of your most bare bones, like average SMG. Like, average SMG damage for the most part. Like, I mean, it looks pretty cool. It's a pretty unique weapon. You know, you got average fire rate, I guess, like across all the weapons in the game. It's totally standard, right? But it's the magazine that just makes it so much fun. What is that? Now, unfortunately, there's really not many other, if really any other, like, unique attachment or anything like that for this weapon. It's mostly just going to be that 762x25 conversion and that 9x18 conversion. So for the most part, again, it's just going to be a relatively standard SMG, just with a really, really big magazine. It is, in fact, rank 105. Once you get to rank 100, I mean, for the most part, you've unlocked, I'd say, like, a lot of the stuff that you're going to kind of know by then, what you like. English. You get what I mean, because you've got a big brain on your shoulders. And you know what people with big brains do? They subscribe to the SomeSteven YouTube channel, which you should definitely do with that little subscribe button below the video there, because that's cool and nice. You know what else they do is they become a channel member like these fantastic people up on screen right now. If they can. I know that the holidays are here and it's, you know, times are a little tough for everybody, so I understand. If not, it's okay. I still love you. But if you can, I've got a really funny video coming up on Lethal Company, everyone's favorite silly new game that just came out. That's going to be coming out in the next couple of days here, so I hope that you guys will end up enjoying that member-only video. But anyway, have a good one, dudes. Peace. Why are my lasers poking through the wall over there? Alright, do you just want to leave and then it'll save? Oh my